My name is Rohanja Jurso, and I will be talking about the literature of Beowulf. Beowulf is an Old English epic poem in traditional Germanic heroic legend consisting of 3,182 alliterative lines. It is one of the most important and most often translated works of Old English literature. It deals with the events of the early 16th century and was probably composed in c. 700 to 750. It tells the story of a Scandinavian hero named Beowulf. It belongs to metrically, stylistically, and semitically to the German heroic tradition, but shows a distinct Christian influence. King Hrothgar of Denmark, a descendant of the great King Shifston, enjoys a prosperous and successful reign. He builds a great mead hall called Heorot, where his warriors can gather to drink, receive gifts from their lord, and listen to the stories sung by the scops or bards. But a jubilant noise from Heorot angers Grendel, a horrible demon who lives in the swampland of Hrothgar's kingdom. Grendel terrorizes the Danes every night, killing them and defeating their efforts to fight back. The Danes suffer many years of fear, danger, and death at the hands of Grendel. Eventually, however, a young Geatish warrior named Beowulf hears of Hrothgar's plight. Inspired by the challenge, Beowulf sails to Denmark with a small company of men determined to defeat Grendel. Hrothgar, who had once done a great favor for Beowulf's father, Ithiel, accepted Beowulf's offer to fight Grendel and hold a feast in the hero's honor. During the feast, an envious Dane named Ulfr taunted Beowulf and accused him of being unworthy of his reputation. Beowulf responded with a boastful description of some of his past accomplishments. His confidence cheered the Danish warrior, and the feast lasted merrily into the night. At last, however, Grendel arrives. Beowulf fights him unarmed, proving himself stronger than the demon, who is terrified. As Grendel struggles to escape, Beowulf tears the monster's arms off. Mortally wounded, Grendel slinks back into the swamp to die. The severed arm is hung high in a mead hall as a trophy of victory. Overjoyed, Hrothgar showers Beowulf with gift and treasure at the feast in his honor. Songs are sung in praise of Beowulf, and the celebration lasts late into the night. But another threat is approaching. Grendel's mother, a swamp hag who lives in a desolate lake, comes to Heorot seeking revenge for his son's death. She murders Aesir, one of Hrothgar's trusted advisors, before slinking away. To avenge Aesir's death, the company travel to the murky swamp, where Beowulf dives into the water and fights Grendel's mother in her underwater lair. He kills her with a sword forged for a giant. Then, finding Grendel's corpse, decapitates it and brings the head as a prize to Hrothgar. The Danish countryside is now purged of its treacherous monsters. The Danes are again overjoyed, and Beowulf's fame spread across the kingdom. Beowulf departs after a sorrowful goodbye to Hrothgar, who was treating him like a son. He returned to Geatland, where he and his men are reunited with their king and queen, Hygelac and Hyd, to whom Beowulf recounts his adventure in Denmark. Beowulf will then hand over most of his treasure to Hygelac, who in turn reward him. In time, Hygelac is killed in a war against Shiftling, and after Hygelac's son dies, Beowulf ascends the throne of the Geats. He rules wisely for 50 years, bringing prosperity to Geatland. When Beowulf is an old man, however, a thief disturbs a barrow where a great dragon lies, guarding a hoard of treasure. In range, the dragon emerges from the barrow and begins unleashing fear and destruction upon the Geats. Sensing his own death approaching, Beowulf goes to the fight the dragon. With the aid of Wiglaf, he succeeded in killing the dragon, but at a heavy cost, the dragon bites Beowulf in the neck, and his fiery venom kills him a moment after the encounter. The Geats fear that their enemies will attack them. Now Beowulf is dead. According to Beowulf's wishes, they burn their departed king's body on a huge funeral pyre, and then bury him with a massive treasure in a barrow overlooking the sea. That's the ending of the story of Beowulf. This will be my opinion about the literature of Beowulf. The epic poem Beowulf is a classic story of a great hero in his great adventure until his last breath. He's a very strong and brave warrior who fights to protect others until the end. He's so strong that he managed to defeat a dragon. He is one of the great examples of what should a great hero should be, which his tales live today as an epic on today's time. That's all. Thank you.